Welcome to this week's episode of the Modern Mentor Podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Cooke, and today's episode is all about the why and the how of taking a true digital detox from work. Because whether you're vacationing or not, your mind and body need to hear this one. So let's dive in. What do you think of when you hear the word vacation? So many of us imagine things like sitting on a beach sipping cocktails with tiny umbrellas in them, exploring new cities, or dining in the hottest new restaurants. But in the summer of 2020, these pleasures may seem a little bit out of reach. Might as well cancel those vacation days, right? I may be your modern mentor, but I can't tell you what to do. I can urge you to keep those vacation days locked in. You may not be able to venture far from home right now, but it's so important to give yourself some time to unwind, even if that looks less like umbrella drinks by the beach and more like lazing around in your backyard with a blow-up pool and a great book. Let's talk about why you should take a staycation. Burnout is at an extreme high. According to global coach Sabina Nawaz, while the number of hours worked is soaring, people's capacity to focus and produce quality work is diving. A digital detox, a true disconnect, is about more than being able to fully indulge in an exotic destination, something you may recall having done in other years. It's about giving your mind and body some time to recover from stress, from demands on your attention, and from the constant state of alertness to the needs of customers, colleagues, and your boss. So how, in this moment of high anxiety, do you effectively unplug during a vacation so your mind and body get the benefits? Let's talk about how you plan that vacation digital detox. The first step is commit to and communicate your digital detox plans. Successfully unplugging begins with your commitment to it. If you don't truly believe in the power of the break, then all the suggestions to follow are going to fall flat. In a 2017 study in the Journal of Applied Research in Quality of Life, researchers found that technology use had a hand in determining a person's work-life balance. Being constantly connected digitally had an impact on job stress, the feeling of being overworked, and overall job satisfaction. So unplugging, even just to do nothing, is the greatest gift you can give yourself. It will truly pay off at work when you return refreshed. But for all kinds of reasons, both practical and personal, it can be hard to fully step away from work. I recommend beginning ahead of your vacation by making a real commitment. Consider all you've been carrying, the stress, the juggling, the multitasking, and imagine how much value a true break of even a few days could offer. Picture your future self rested and recharged. Anticipate the newfound creativity, the productivity, and the engagement your rested mind might bring. Then communicate your commitment to unplugging to your team, your clients, or anyone who might be looking for you while you're away. State your boundaries and manage expectations. Let people know ahead of time you'll be ducking out. Invite them to flag anything essential and just ask that they hold the rest for your return. You'd be surprised at the respect people will show your boundaries, maybe now more than ever. Next, prep your tribe. Mindset matters a lot. But so does your confidence that anything urgent will be handled in your absence. Your work doesn't take a vacation when you do. So a few days before your vacation, invest some time in looking at your calendar and your emails. Anticipate what is either certain or likely to pop up or need your attention in your absence. If there's anything you can proactively put off until your return, go for it. And anything that must be done in your absence, tap the best person on your team to field it for you. Knowing that the right people are ready to solve the right problems in your absence will offer your mind the freedom to let go. Next, tap your deputy. Okay, you've made a commitment, you've communicated it to all the right people. You've got your tribe ready to cover the gaps. But still, Murphy's Law is a thing. Anything that can go wrong will. And surely it will while you're on vacation, right? Well, realistically, it won't. But you're anxious, and that's understandable. What you need is a deputy, a proxy, someone whose judgment you trust to know what truly constitutes an emergency and what can wait without real consequence until you return. Sit down with this deputy and state a clear case. Something like, I'm committed to unplugging on this vacation, and I'm trusting my tribe to deal with whatever arises. But I also know I have a tendency to imagine the worst, and I'll struggle to unplug completely if I don't trust that you'll reach out to me if a true emergency happens. something that will only be more painful to deal with until I wait until my return. Can I trust you to be the one to get in touch with me? So you give your deputy this speech, and together you can set some parameters around what a true emergency is and isn't. Make sure they know the best way to reach you should something come up. Further, ask your deputy to check in with your tribe before you return, so they can provide you with a one-stop summary of anything critical that happened while you were away. Be sure your tribe knows who your deputy is, so nothing gets lost in the shuffle. And if it makes you feel better, you can even ask your deputy to send you a single email at the end of each day with a quick thumbs up or any signal to say, all's well here. Next, create a digital detox strategy. You've committed to yourself and you've enlisted your people. Now it's time to honor your promise and actually trust your people. Unplugging may look different for each of us. You need to identify what your working norms are and create a specific discipline to change them for the duration of your vay or staycation. For myself, I don't worry about phone calls. I almost never get phone calls that haven't been scheduled. My hotspots are email and social media. Those I check regularly. If I'm honest, a little too regularly. But I know my inbox and social media feeds are what I need to shut down during a vacation. No alerts, no checking. It sounds simple, and it is, but it's not easy. I have to be disciplined about steering clear of my phone, but it really pays off in the end. So what do you need to shut down or lock away in a closet for a week? And finally, prepare to re-enter with grace. A big part of the struggle to unplug is the anticipation of the chaos that lurks in our office, ready to welcome us back. So find some ways to give yourself a bit of grace upon your return. Have a planned approach to re-entry. This will give your brain some further confidence in disconnecting. Here are some strategies you might consider depending on what's acceptable within your organization. 1. Before you head out, schedule a meeting with your deputy for the day of your return, ideally early in the day. This way, you can get a download of anything you need to prioritize, knowing the rest can wait. 2nd, schedule catch-up time with yourself on your calendar before you go. When you return to work, aim to have 3 to 5 hours already blocked off in that first week, allowing you to review, plan, and prepare to re-engage. Protect those blocks from meetings to ensure you don't immediately start to feel overwhelmed. 3rd, put an extra day on your out-of-office reply. Returning on Monday? Put Tuesday in your autoresponder so no one expects anything of you on your first day back. You can still read inbound emails and choose to respond if something urgent hits, but otherwise plan to use Monday as your catch-up day. And finally, remember that no one expects you to catch up completely on day 1. That should include you too. Be ready to wrap your first day with an incomplete to-do list. And there you have it. If you haven't planned to take time off this summer, please reconsider. Even a day or two that's all your own, to clean out a closet, binge watch Netflix, or just sleep in can provide a healthy dose of recovery. You and your team deserve it. I'm Rachel Cooke, your Modern Mentor host. I hope you have some days off upcoming. Once you're back in action, let me know what's on your mind. Check out the links in my bio for all the ways you can reach me. You can also visit my website at leadabovenoise.com or follow me on the new Modern Mentor podcast page on LinkedIn. Thanks so much for listening and have a successful week.